All right, everyone, welcome to the podcast. Today we're here with Mr. Hiro Tetsuka, Pancrase welterweight, who will be challenging for the vacant welterweight King of Pancrase title on June 30th. How are you today, Hiro?
I'm pretty good.
All
Yeah,
right. Where are you located right now?
I'm in Tochigi,
Which,
prefecture. It's 2 hours from Tokyo.
okay, and where is that? Where? How far is that from where you fight?
Uh, yeah, also 2 hours.
Oh, okay, it's about 2 hours away. All right, we're going to start at the top here. Where were you born, Hiro?
I born here, in Tochigi.
Okay, because I understand that you train at American Top Team in Portland.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, same place as Chael Sonnen.
yes.
Oh,
Same.
okay, how interesting. When did you start doing that?
I started MMA when I was 23 years old.
And you're 29 now.
Yeah, so
Okay.
6 years ago. Yeah, I was working at the farm in Oregon. It's a temporary work, so almost for 1 year. And then I started MMA. It's a kind of small gym. It's
Mhm.
called Rise Above MMA. But I really like the training with American people because my size is I can not find my size. It's very hard to find here, Japan.
Here in Japan, because you're 100, you fight at 170 pounds welterweight, but you're only 5'6", correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're a big tank guy. You know, I've watched you fight, and you're quite the beast. I wanted to ask you, in high school, did you wrestle? Did you do any athletics in high school?
Uh, the junior high and high, I was doing tennis.
Oh, tennis. Wow, wow. And so you didn't have any boxing or wrestling experience until you got out of high school?
No,
Wow. And
but
so
yeah, I
what
really like fighting, watching, just watching fight. I really
what do you remember what the first fight you saw was?
um Racer and Mark Hunt. It's a
Wow,
K1. Yeah,
wow. And so that inspired you. What was your inspiration to get into MMA? Just watching it?
yeah, just watching. My dad likes watching the MMA and the fighting and the kid. Kid Yamamoto.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was very inspired.
You were inspired by him. I noticed that you had a photo with him. Did you have a personal relationship with him?
Not really, but when I fought in Pancrase, in I met him just one time, and then can I take photo with me? And then
That's awesome. I know Miyu Yamamoto a little bit personally, and she's a wonderful lady and amazing. I mean, she's 44 years old, and look at how good she's doing, you know?
yeah, he's very improving.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
even her son Urson, do you know him?
yeah. Not personally, but I know.
But you've met him. Wow, wow, what an honor it must have been to meet Kid, huh? Because I'm sure you were aware of how
Yeah.
big he was at that time.
What?
You were aware of how big he was even here in the States
Yeah.
at that time when you met him. All right, and so at the beginning of your MMA career, you just went and found a gym. How did that start?
How?
Yeah. How did you start? Did you just go find a local gym somewhere or?
And then I decided I'm gonna do this,
Uh,
and then I went to I went to I think 5 days a week training. And yeah, first fight is FCFF. It's a Chael Sonnen's promotion
okay.
in Portland.
Oh,
Yeah, it's amateur fight.
so that was your first gym, was the gym in Portland?
Yeah.
What made you come to the United States? Just because there was better training here?
Uh, actually, it's a agriculture trainee.
Uh-huh.
So I was working at the farm, but my yeah actually my purpose is focus on MMA. I really wanted to training and fighting in America.
Let me ask you, how long ago did you learn to speak English? Because your English is really good. I spoke to Stewart Fulton, and he told me that your English is good. And speaking to you, you speak really well. When did you learn English?
Just I learned English junior high and high, and I lived in Portland almost 1 year. So
Okay. And so for most of your camps, do you go back to Portland
yeah,
for?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Every I think June or July, every once a year.
And how long do you stay there?
This time just for 2 weeks,
Okay.
but yeah, usually I stay over there like almost 1 month.
And where do you train when you're in Japan?
I'm training at Yamada Dojo. It's a it's a small dojo, but yeah, I really like it. It's here in Tochigi, not Tokyo. Yeah.
Is there other professional fighters that train with you?
Oh yeah, one guy. His name is Kota Kondo. He's also fighting in Pancrase.
Okay, okay, yes, I'm aware of who he is. Okay, and so your amateur career, Tapology, the website doesn't always show all of the Tapology. What was your first amateur bout?
Uh, I I lost by knockout, the head kicks.
Okay, that was 2012 against John Gonzalez, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
Okay, that was called Rumble at the Roseland. That
yeah,
that that was the Chael Sonnen promotion?
yes, yeah.
Okay. And so you lose by knockout in the first round. Uh, what kept you going after that? Did you ever think of stopping, or I mean, your first fight, you lose by knockout. It's got to be a little bit demoralizing, right?
No, then I really disappointed, but I was like, oh, it's cool, it's crazy, but I really like it. But I've never got knocked out, and then I was scared. Even I throw punches, so I just kicked to his body, and then he kicks my head, and then I was dropped
Oh,
down. Yeah.
oh
So
man.
next time I wanna punch him so hard.
Right, right. So then you had another one the next year, just a few months later, against a man named Tyrell Pless, Rumble at the Roseland 70, and you won by a choke. What kind of choke was that? Do you remember?
It was actually Amber.
Oh, it was an armbar. Okay, yeah, but it was Tyrell Pless.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it shows on Tapology choke. They're never accurate, especially with amateur stuff.
Yeah.
And so, as far as your amateur career, that seemed to span from 2012 to 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, and those were all Rumble at the Roseland fights. You
Yeah.
didn't fight any other amateur bouts. And so when you turned pro, how did this opportunity with Pancrase come about? Because your first professional bout was with Pancrase 271, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
How
So
did you get that opportunity?
so before I go Pancrase, I sent the video uh when I was fighting the Rumble.
At the Roseland, right?
Yeah. And then I think I sent the 2015 my fight. I
Okay.
sent it, and then the Pancrase promoter say, "Oh, you wanna fighting in Pancrase?" And then, yeah, yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. Wow. And so they must have been impressed with did you just send one fight or multiple fights?
just one fight.
Wow. Wow. And it was your last fight, your armbar?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So they must have saw your talent. training with other people, there's probably not many people that are 5'6" and 170 pounds in Japan, as you said, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I can understand the struggle there. How about your weight? How much weight do you usually cut? What's your walk around weight?
Um, Usually 185.
Oh, okay. So you're barely cutting, not very much weight.
No,
Because
no.
there's a lot of like UFC fighters that fight at 170 that are walking around at 200 pounds, you know?
Yeah.
And as far as in Japan, I mean, you grew up there. Weight cutting is, and fans may not understand this, but weight cutting is looked down upon, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
See, a lot different than here in the States. You miss weight, you give up a little bit of your money, no big deal. But in Japan, it's kind of dishonorable, right?
It's big problem. I have to pay. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
if
you
I
ever
miss,
have you ever missed weight as a pro?
never. Also in amateur, never.
Wow, wow, because you knew you probably saw other people miss weight and
Yeah.
having to pay, you don't want to have to pay your money, right? And so your first Pancrase fight, like I said, was 271. You won by punches against Shitaro Yabi. Was that early into the round or late into the round?
Early.
Early, just a few seconds, correct?
Yeah,
15
10 seconds.
seconds or something? I don't remember seeing that fight. I've watched most of your fights, but I didn't remember seeing that one. And so, did you sign a contract with them for multiple fights at that time?
Contract.
Yes. What was your contract for more than one fight? How many fights was it at the beginning?
Uh, Actually, I didn't know how many I can fight.
Uh-huh.
I think if I fight very well, they can call me. But if I'm not, they can they don't
So
call me anymore.
you had a lot of pressure on you.
Uh, little bit, little bit.
Well, I mean, did you know how big Pancrase was, its storied history and stuff like that? Had you studied Pancrase before you fought there?
No, I didn't know pancreas history. What is pancreas?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
Did you? I mean, I know you're young. You're younger than me. I'm 36, but did you ever get to watch Pride?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. So you knew that Japan was a pretty big show, though, right? I mean, that's the big leagues over there, you know?
I really like Pride.
Yeah, it's really entertaining.
Yeah,
Okay, so
entrance.
then in your second fight, you also won really quickly by punches, correct?
Yeah, also 10 seconds. Yeah,
Geez, so your first two bouts lasted 25 seconds, right?
yeah, only 20 seconds.
That's unbelievable, Hiro. I mean, and then you suffered a loss after that, correct? A
Yeah,
unanimous decision loss. That was 2016, and then you got cut. This is the fight I wanted to kind of talk to you about because you got cut and had to stop the fight against Kenta Takagi, is
yeah,
his name. Where was that cut at? On your eye?
yeah. My eye.
And was there ever talks of rematching him?
Rematching. Yeah,
And what happened to that? Why
uh,
did you rematch him?
because my I supposed to fight Miura.
Uh-huh.
He got injured. He got hurt, and then he pro out. Then
Okay.
yeah, Kenta Takagi is coming up.
And so that's who you're going to fight here at 306.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah, that was, I didn't want fans to be confused because a lot of the promotional material showed that you were going to fight Hiromitsu, right? But he got hurt. How long ago did he get hurt? Do you know?
I think I don't know actually, but I think 3 weeks ago I
Okay.
heard yeah, change the opponents.
I mean, you're fighting for the King of Pancrase title. This is a pretty big deal, you know. I mean, what do you know anything about why the champion vacated the title?
Because uh, Glyco França,
Mm-hmm.
who is the Pancrase welterweight champion,
Mm-hmm.
he's fighting in Pacific Fight Professional Fight League (PFL).
PFL, yeah.
So
So,
yeah,
so he just
so
vacated his title from there.
yeah, he cannot fighting in Pancrase for 1 year. So
Oh, okay. Is that because Professional Fight League has exclusive contract with him?
yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay.
that's why. Yeah.
And is your contract right now exclusive? Can you only fight for Pancrase?
No. If I say I wanna fight the promotion, I can fight, by after, but I have to ask Pancrase.
Okay, okay. Because I know Shintaro Ishiwatari was the Pancrase champion for a while, and he was fighting in Rizin as well. And so
Yeah.
I wondered how that worked. He's actually coming back to Rizin after he had quite the injury. Let me ask you, have you ever sustained any major injuries in your career?
My injury.
Yeah. Have you
Uh,
ever had any bad injuries?
yeah, I tore the ACL. 2013, I think.
Okay. So quite a while ago.
Yeah, and then I broke my nose when I fought Kenta Takagi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that fight had went 2 rounds before the cut happened. Did the cut happen? How did the cut happen? Do you remember?
Yeah, when I go, I like rubber body shot.
Uh-huh.
When I go the body shot, he was southpaw. Yeah, he's southpaw, and
Hmm.
then his right hook, boom,
Oh.
same time, and then yeah, cut.
Oh. And was that the worst cut that you had ever sustained in your career?
Yeah, yeah,
Did you try to ask them to continue, or did you know that it was too bad?
yeah. I knew it's too bad. They're gonna stopping because the Japanese don't like the blood, right?
Right.
So I tried to knock him down before they stopping. Then
Right, right, yeah, I remember that fight. I'm actually that's why I'm looking forward so much to this rematch because it was a really competitive fight. You know, is
yeah,
is this your only rematch that you've ever had? The only guy that you've ever fought twice?
yeah, it's the first time, really
Oh,
much. Yeah,
okay,
I've
so so
never.
so so a lot of your training has probably been watching film on your first fight with him.
Yeah. Yeah, but not so many times because
Okay.
then I was I was too excited and just 10 seconds like this.
Right.
But now I'm more
Or patient.
but yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Well, so then after that fight, you did get to fight the champion before he was champion, right? The Francois.
yeah. I
You
fought.
fought him and you lost a split decision loss. I would advise fans to go back and look at that fight because I actually scored it for you, and it was a really, really close fight. I mean, split decisions are tough to swallow, I'm sure, you know. Um, and then now you're on a 2 fight win streak. How did the title shot come about? When did you learn that you were going to fight for the title?
Uh, when I heard
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah, when you heard about it.
before I fought Murayama.
Okay,
This is the test. If you win, you can get title shot.
okay, okay,
Okay, like this. Yeah.
okay. And so, how many people will you have in your corner, and who is your head coach?
My head coach is Koichi Ota, who is a head coach in Yamada Dojo.
Okay. And so all your cornermen are from Japan?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. So you just have training partners in Portland.
yeah, just training partner.
Okay. What about the coach in Portland? Does he work at all with your coach in Japan? I mean, do they communicate?
Yeah. I mostly my purpose in training camp is
Mm.
working boxing techniques with Andy Minsker. Andy
Mm.
Minsker is a national. He was a national head boxing coach, I think, in America, and he has 300 fights, almost over 300 fights,
Wow.
never knocked out, and he's a yeah,
Wow.
he's
Did you ever consider kickboxing or Muay Thai or anything like this, grappling or jujitsu? Did you ever consider competing in that instead of MMA, or was it always MMA?
um actually I fought kickboxing three times.
Okay, when was that?
2012.
Okay, professional kickboxing?
No, amateur.
Okay, okay. And did you like that?
No, too big gloves.
Right,
I I feel I feel fast, small gloves.
right. You could get through their defense better too, right?
Right.
If they got their hands up, you could slip that punch right through their defense.
Yeah, and also I don't like this. I like quick heavy
Yeah.
movement.
And what would you say is the strongest part of your game? Your kickboxing, your wrestling, your jujitsu? What are you most confident in?
Kickboxing.
Okay.
But I think my ground game is getting better
Yeah.
right now. So I'm gonna take him down this time. But also kick. I'm gonna strike him. But yeah, right now I'm thinking about how can I take him down.
Hmm. How much sparring do you do leading up to the fight?
Uh,
I mean, will you stop? Have you stopped sparring yet, or will you stop sparring next week? Because the fight's only 2 weeks away.
yeah, I'm stopping sparring just 1 week before, so I'm gonna spar until next Friday.
Okay, okay. And is it pretty hard sparring, or do you go light?
It's hard sparring,
Okay, okay.
but not too hard hit to the face.
Yeah, you don't want to get knocked out or knock a training partner out, right?
No, so
Let me ask you, what would you be doing if you weren't an MMA fighter?
I have no idea, but before before I turned to pro, I was working at the school. I was a PE teacher.
Oh, okay, okay. That was after high school?
Uh, After I came back to US,
Okay, okay. And so you might be doing some kind of physical education or therapy or something like that, maybe?
or and I'm also teaching the uh, strength conditioning and
Okay.
personal trainer. Like,
Yeah, well, anyone that looks at you, I'd hire you as my personal condition or strength and conditioning coach. Like I told people, they need to go back and watch your fights because not only are you built like a tank, but you're really, really aggressive. And I think that this is going to be a really excellent fight. Um, I also wanted to ask you, how long do you plan on competing? You're young still, but never mind injuries or anything like that. Let's say that you're perfectly healthy. how long would you like to compete, and what are your goals?
Uh, I don't know, but 10 more years, 5 more years, I don't know. But my my parents, they, my parents still
They
against me.
they want you to stop.
Yeah.
What was it like during your first fight? Did you call them, and what did they say?
First fight,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. How did your parents react to you becoming an MMA fighter?
my mother was crying. My life, so yeah. If I feel, oh, I'm not getting better. Uh, not not improve my strength, my physical. I feel that I quiet,
Hmm. Hmm. And
but I'm
has your I'm sorry, has your mother ever been to any of your fights?
yeah. I invite my mother uh in the U.S. fights, the
Uh,
amateur fight, but I got knocked out.
oh, oh, oh. So was she crying? I'm sure she was crying then too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a 16-year-old daughter. I can't imagine watching her go fight. I'd have my eyes closed, and I love fighting, you know. But watching your child fight would be hard. Do you have any children, Hiro?
No.
Would you like to have children one day?
Yeah.
All right. And how would you feel if they were fighters?
Ah, good.
Good. You would help train them?
No.
No. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I try to send my daughter into playing basketball or volleyball or something that's not as aggressive. She's really become a fan of MMA, you know, because I watch it all the time. I watch Pancrase and Deep and shoot boxing and Rizin and you know Bellator and everything, and she watches all this with me, and she's starting to train and want to train, and I'm like, no, 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 stay away from fighting, you know, because it's a brutal sport, you know, it's quite brutal. And as far as your long-term goals, of course, you want to win this Pancrase title. Is there any other organizations that you'd ever like to fight for? Any dreams of winning title in another organization?
Uh, no.
So you just basically like to win this title and defend it as much as you can.
Uh, ah, no. Actually, now one championship,
Hmm.
they they got a partnership with Pancras right now.
Right.
So if I win uh the next fight,
Hmm.
this fight, I got a contract with one championship.
Oh, wow, wow.
So
And so, go ahead.
maybe I'm gonna go one championship if I win. Yeah.
And so this contract hinges on you winning the Pancrase belt.
Uh,
You have to win the belt to get this contract, is what you're saying.
yeah. Yeah.
And is that a multiple fight contract? More than one fight in one championship?
I think multiple fights. I don't know exactly, but maybe
Right.
3 or 5.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. Will they let you continue to fight in Pancrase? Do you know that?
Uh,
Because
yeah,
if you win the belt and you know you want to defend the belt, I'm sure at least once in Pancrase, you get
yeah, still, still,
and so I'm wondering if they will let you go back and defend the belt.
yeah. I think I have to fight in Pancras too, because Glyco is still there, and
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, I know that they have one championship has some champions from other organizations that go back and fight. I just wasn't sure about their partnership with Pancrase because it's a pretty new thing, you know. It just happened last year, correct?
correct, yeah.
When did you find out that if you win this fight that you get this contract? When did that happen?
Uh, I heard that when I got the fight with Hiromitsu Miura.
Mhm. Okay, okay. And have you met anybody from One Championship? Any of the executives or anybody?
Not yet.
Okay, okay. So they're just working with the who is the president of Pancrase? Have you met him?
Presented.
Yeah, the
Uh,
leader of Pancrase.
uh, yeah, Masakazu Sakai.
Okay. And so he probably deals with all your contracts, even with the one contract, right?
Yeah,
Okay. That's what I wondered. And I'm sure it's better money to fight in one championship as well. You probably
yeah, yeah,
you get paid more. And it's a bit bigger stage too, you know.
yeah.
More people are watching. But talking to Stewart Fulton, I really want to help promote Pancrase because it's a long-standing Japanese tradition. I mean, they're the oldest organization besides Valley Tudo or something, you know. Um, this is the 306th event. Some of them weren't even numbered, so it's actually more than 306, you know. Uh, and so I'd like people to really tune into this. It's on UFC Fight Pass. Um, Anything else that you want to say to any of your fans around the world? I got a couple fan questions, but I wanted to give you a chance to you have anything that you want to say to your fans?
Uh, just watch me fight. Watch my fight.
Oh, I'm going to make sure they do, Hero. A couple fan questions for you. This one's from Joe on Reddit. He wonders what kind of music do you listen to personally, and then do you listen to music before your fights?
uh, I like every kind of music. I I I like hip hop. I like reggae.
Mhm.
I like rock. But yeah, when I'm doing workout, I do I listen hip hop
Okay, in headphones or your walkout song?
workout song. Workout song. Yeah.
How long have you had that walkout song? Do you keep the same one?
No, no.
It's
The
so will it be different this time than it was at 302?
yeah.
Okay. And can you tell us what song it's going to be?
Uh, what?
What song you're going to walk out to on June 30th?
It's a my workout song is a Pride. Pride.
The Pride theme.
Pride.
The
No,
theme?
no. Din 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 din.
Oh, yeah, yeah, the Pride theme.
Yeah, yeah. Pride din. Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. That's it. Have you walked out to that before?
Every time.
Oh, okay.
Every
That's what I wondered.
amateur fight. Yeah.
That's what I wondered. Wow, what a great song! I tell you what, the Dream theme was also really awesome. The Rizin theme is excellent. The Japanese have a way of creating theme songs that are amazing. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. American people like that, right? But some Japanese people, why you fighting in Pancrase? Why Pride Beam? Some people disgusting, but whatever. I don't give a fuck. I like Pride Beam. So
Yeah, it's an awesome theme. That's a great theme to come out to. If I was a fighter, I would come out to the Pride theme myself. I
yeah,
think it's one of the best themes in the history. You know who else has a really good theme song? If you're familiar with, is Rise, the kickboxing organization that Tenshin Nasukawa fights in.
yeah,
Their theme song is really really good too.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard it, but if you haven't, check it out on YouTube. It's a really, really good theme song. So as far as Pancrase goes, do they want you to keep the same song? Because some organizations like the UFC and Bellator, they kind of make fighters keep the same song every fight.
Now Pancrase is I can choose every fight.
Okay. And just back to music for a second. Is there any Japanese hip hop or Japanese reggae? Does that exist?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you listen to some of that. Do you have an artist that you could tell the fans to check out?
Uh, Dragon Ash
Okay.
and Kick the Can Crew.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank
And,
you. And just a couple more things here. I don't want to take all your time. I know that you're a really busy guy. What is your training? What is your train? It's new. It's 12:30 there in the daytime. It's 9:30 where I'm at night. What is your training schedule like? Will you train again today?
uh, this is Sunday, so I think I gotta do the shadow boxing, maybe 2 or 3 rounds, and then it's done. Sunday is my day off,
Okay.
so mostly I'm gonna focus on recovery on Sunday. But yeah, weekdays I gotta do morning, skipping ropes, and the shadow boxing, and the hitting bags.
Mhm.
It's like pretty short, 40 minutes.
Okay.
And then evening, I gotta go dojo, Yamada dojo, sparring, and hitting meets, drill. It's 90 minutes.
Wow.
And then I I gotta go to Gold Gym,
Gold's Gym, yeah.
and then lifting weights 1 hour.
Wow, wow. And do you have a day job? Do you work
Yeah,
doing what is it that you do?
uh, making rice
Oh wow, wow. At a restaurant?
at rice farm.
Oh, at a rice farm. Wow, how interesting.
My family has rice farm, so I'm helping my family. Yeah,
In the same town that you live in?
yeah,
Oh, okay, that's nice. And so you train what, 6 days a week?
yeah, 6 days a week. Yeah,
Oh, 6 days. Wow. So that same schedule that you just told me is Monday through Saturday, right?
yeah, right.
Wow, wow. That's probably pretty taxing on your body, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Well, I'm sure today, like today, are you pretty tired?
yeah. Today's time.
I bet. What kind of recovery things do you do? Have you ever tried like a cryogenic therapy? You know, like the freezing stuff?
I've never tried it,
Okay.
but I'm gonna go sometimes. Onsen, hot spring
Oh, wow, wow. Hot spring. You have one close to you?
around here.
Wow, wow.
Make relax.
What is the elevation where you are at? Because if you have a hot spring, you must be above sea level, right?
Ah, ah. Hot spring is everywhere, even in the mountains.
Right, right. See, I live in the mountains at 8,000 feet. I don't know how many kilometers that is, but up high in the mountains, and all of our hot springs are high in the mountains in Colorado here in the USA. I didn't know that there was so many hot springs down low. So you're saying at sea level, there's a bunch of hot springs there too?
I think so. Yeah,
Wow, and there's quite a bit of them in Japan.
yeah.
Have you traveled around Japan?
Uh-huh.
I mean, you've been pretty much to all the different prefectures and things like this?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Okinawa, Hokkaido,
Wow.
Osaka, Kyoto. Yeah,
Wow.
I like
That,
traveling too.
yeah, it seems like you're kind of a traveler if you're coming all the way to Portland, Oregon, you know. That's quite a ways. Um, how about have you ever been to any live MMA events as a fan?
Uh, uh, yeah. Dream K1 championship,
Hmm.
and Bellator,
Where
UFC.
Where was the Bellator and the UFC at? What towns were those?
Bellator was it's in Portland when I was training camp.
Okay.
It's I think 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
And the USC came to Tokyo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever been live? Excuse me. Have you ever been live to see Miss Lenny Hart announce?
Ah, I don't think so.
Oh,
But
she's amazing, Hero.
oh, I want her calling me.
Yeah, you want her to say your name, right?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I just released a podcast with her a couple weeks ago before Rizin 16, and she is not only really intelligent, but what a talent that lady is. I mean, and I've told this story before on the podcast, but she did an introduction for me for my podcast, which I will use on this one as well. And I felt like I had to go out on the street and get in a fist fight just to be worthy to have her say my name, you know. I called all my friends and I said, somebody's got to come punch me in the face. You know, what did I do to deserve this?
Yeah. It's
I really hope that you could attend a Ryzen show at some point. They put on shows unlike, like Pride or Dream, you know. Do you remember what Dream event that you went to?
it's a first dream opening event.
That was the one where you saw Mark Hunt? Do
Ah, um, Shinya Aoki was fighting against JZ Carbon.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, wow. So that was quite a while ago. You were a youngster back then, huh?
Yeah, I was 18 years old, I think.
Wow, wow, what an experience. I'm sure that helped fuel your want to be on that stage, right? To be in
Yeah.
MMA. Wow, that's amazing. I got another fan question here for you. Let me sift through this. Did you get to see Kyoji Horiguchi, what he did last night?
Yeah, I watched it.
That's quite amazing, and he created history. And I believe that the spotlight is really on Japan, because of him.
Uh-huh.
I mean, as you know, he turned down a UFC contract to go to help Japan build MMA again, back up higher to where it used to be. And so I think that a lot more people are going to be watching your fight, for example, just because of him. That's why I mentioned him.
He's amazing.
Um,
Yeah.
he's amazing. Who would you say is the best fighter that you've ever trained with? Have you ever trained with any famous fighters?
Uh, yeah, in Portland,
Hmm.
this this time I trained with Chael.
Oh,
I s- I did MMA sparring and wrestling, grappling with him. Yeah,
wow.
he's the most famous I've trained with.
Yeah, he's a tough, physical, big guy too, bigger than you, right?
Right, right. He's
Um,
strong.
yeah, I've heard stories. When did you first meet Chael Sonnen?
3 years ago, first it was first time meeting him. Yeah, and then every time I go Portland, I train with him.
And yeah, and you have a lot more sparring partners, like you said, in Portland that are closer to your weight, right? Um, how many 170-pound guys are 5'6" though? Are most of them taller than you?
Yeah, nobody shorter than me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you look at the fight last night between Caldwell and Horiguchi. Caldwell was 5'10", 5'10". Horiguchi's 5'5". You're only an inch taller than Horiguchi, but you weigh 35 pounds more. I mean, that's pretty amazing, to be so short but so good still. Is that why you like body shots so much?
Yeah, like
It's
but
e- Yeah, it's easier to get those. What about your jujitsu training? Who do you train with jujitsu in Japan?
Uh, I'm training jujitsu under the Ito Sensei. He's a black belt under Yuki Nakai.
Oh wow, wow,
He's also Asia Cup winner in
wow.
black belt masters.
And,
So
and ke- have you trained both Japanese and Brazilian jiu-jitsu?
have you what?
Have you trained both Japanese jiu-jitsu and Brazilian jiu-jitsu? Because there is a difference, right?
Yeah, but Japanese jujitsu is no exist.
It doesn't exist as much anymore, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I wondered about that. I've never been to Japan, so I've always wondered about that. All right, I got one more fan question for you. You kind of talked about what you do. What would you do when your career's over? You're going to stay involved in MMA, a coach or physical trainer or something like that?
Yeah, physical trainer or I'm gonna coach. Uh, but yeah, I would like traveling too. So I'm gonna coach all over the world,
Mhm.
like seminar something.
That would be awesome. Children too? Would you like to coach
Yeah,
children?
yeah.
Wow, wow, that would be awesome. You're a really kind person, so that's why I think that you'd be good at training children, you know. Uh, uh, Let me see here. Oh, have you ever been to American Top Team in Florida?
No, I've never been, but I want to visit.
Yeah, you plan to visit there. Recently, the gym that you're at changed to American Top Team because that's not what it was before, correct?
Yeah, correct. Just couple of weeks ago,
What
changed
was it? What was it before?
Gracie Baja Portland.
Grace Baja, that's what I thought. Okay, because so now you have people like Paige Van Zandt there, the UFC fighter.
Yeah,
She's training there. Let me ask you this: how much MMA do you watch?
in there.
No, just in your life,
How much MMA?
do you watch personally, just sitting at home?
Ah, um, I don't watch so.
Watch really well. You're a busy guy training and stuff. I could imagine, you know.
Yeah, cause yeah, I watched the Bellator the last night. Yeah, sometimes one championship.
Hmm.
Only big promotions on the TV. I'm watching, but not every day.
All right. Well, I'm going to end with this, but what do you do in your personal life, if you don't mind me asking, for fun?
Uh, for fun.
Yes.
Uh, what?
Training is fun.
Yeah, training is fun for me. And mountain climbing,
Mountain climbing. Okay. See, I do a lot of that myself. Well,
camping,
I wish you know,
Colorado, right?
Colorado. Yes. Have you ever been here?
Mountains.
Yes, we're the land of mountains.
I want to visit. Yeah,
If you ever come visit, please give me a call. I'll show you around. It's
yeah.
amazing here, Hero. You know that actually 75% of the land over 10,000 feet is in Colorado in the whole United States. We have 75% of the land over 10,000 feet in one state.
Uh,
Yeah, so it's mountains everywhere. I mean, everywhere I could go outside right now, and everywhere I look, I live at about 8,000 feet. I wish I knew what the kilometers were, but I'm not really good at that yet. But I could drive 20 minutes up the hill and be at 10,000 feet.
wow. So
Yes, there's still snow on our mountains in the summer right now.
So BMT Colorado is close.
What
The
what's that?
Dwayne Ludwig's gym. TJ Dillashaw.
I think that's in Denver.
Oh, Denver.
Yeah, that's the capital city. That's about 2.5 hours away from where I live. I live really close to the New Mexico border down in southern Colorado.
Oh,
Um, we have some great hot springs here, natural hot springs that are amazing. We have the Great Sand Dunes here. It's the largest sand field in all of North America, the biggest and largest. If you do come visit Colorado, go to the Great Sand Dunes and
yeah.
go to the hot spring. There's a hot springs right next door to it. It's like nothing you've ever seen. It's like being in the Sahara Desert or something like that. It's quite amazing, Hiro. And so after this fight, how much time will you take off?
Couple days.
Just a couple days, huh? Wow.
Yeah, I
When
don't. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take off the 1 week no sparring, but I'm gonna lift weights. So,
and not looking too far into the future, but if you win, do you know when one championship would want you to compete, or has that not been discussed?
uh, I don't, I don't know when, but I hope it's, yeah, I hope it's soon.
Yeah.
Summer,
Ideally, how many times would you like to fight a year?
uh, 3 or 4,
Okay,
at
okay.
least 3. Yeah,
So you like your training camps to be about 8 to 10 weeks?
yeah.
Okay, okay. And just for my own personal question, I wanted to understand you guys just had a change of emperor in Japan, correct?
Yep.
And that's for the whole of Japan. The
Mhm.
emperor, how long was he an emperor?
Uh, 30, 31
31
years.
years. Wow. And is there a limit? How long is the new emperor going to be an emperor? Is there a limit, or is it just how does that work?
If emperor died,
Uh-huh.
or if emperor wanna stop,
He could
it
stop at any time.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So he could stop next year if he wanted to.
Uh-huh.
Okay, wow, that's interesting. But in your life, there's only been one emperor until now, right?
Right.
And that's really interesting because that's a lot different than here in the States. We have governments for every state and then a federal government. And then, of course, President Trump, which I'm sure you've seen him.
Yeah.
He's a goofball, you know. Yeah, nobody likes him here. Let's just say that. He was a reality TV star before he became the
Oh,
president.
really?
Yeah, he was on radio shows and reality TV shows before he became our president. So it's kind of a joke, to be honest with you, you
Wow.
know. And so we're all kind of not letting him be reelected because it's only 4 years that you could be in office here. Um, Let me ask you this: how many times have you been to America now?
One, two, three, five times.
And only to Oregon?
I have been to Hawaii too.
Oh wow, wow. What was that like?
I really like it.
Yeah. Have you been to Guam?
Yeah, Guam too. Yeah.
Yeah, because Guam's a U.S. territory as well. Um, that's where Miyu Yamamoto trains and Rocky Martinez and people that I've spoken to. I'm gonna go visit out there, so hopefully we could line it up, and I'll go visit there, and then I'll go get to watch you fight in Japan, is what I'm hoping. My last question for you, Hiro, is of all the places in the world that you would like to fight, let's say that you get to fight for one championship, what would be your desired place to fight?
Uh, I really wanted to compete in Rising,
In Rizin.
but yeah, after my last fight, I I I said I wanna fight in Rising this end of the year,
Uh-huh.
but they didn't call my name. But
Well, you
now
know, go ahead. I'm sorry.
now Rising has a bantamweight and the right weight
Uh-huh.
is the most fighters,
Yeah,
but welterweight.
they don't really have a welterweight division at this time. So, hopefully, I mean, I'd love to see you in Rizin myself. And I think that they are going to build, from talking to some of the people from Rizin, they are going to start building a welterweight division. And so that's still possible for you in the future. And I think everyone I've spoke to from Japan wants to fight in Rizin. I mean, have you ever been to the Saitama Super Arena
Yeah, yes, a lot.
for a concert or?
MMA,
Oh, for Dream.
yeah, Dream and Rising,
Oh, you went to a Rizin.
yeah.
Which one was this? Do you remember?
Just your uh, back, I can see Horiguchi and Nasukawa
Oh, the kickboxing fight that they did.
and Mayweather Nasukawa too.
Oh, wow, yeah, geez. That was a weird thing, I mean, what did you think about that fight, Hero?
I didn't surprise. It's yeah, it's naturally Mayweather's big and he's undefeated in boxing, and Nasukawa is the first time boxing and he's light. Yeah, no
Yeah,
surprise.
yeah, and I mean, at you could fight. Let's say that you did fight in Rizin one day. You could fight an open weight and probably beat a 200-pound guy. But when you're 125 pounds, it's a lot harder to beat a 155-pound guy. You
Yeah,
know, most reports were that Mayweather weighed about 30 pounds more than he did, and that's quite a difference. I mean, like you said with Chael Sonnen, a lot of his strength is also because he's a lot bigger than you, weighs more, taller. Um, wow, what an event to go to. So you did you go to, that was the New Year's Eve event?
yeah.
All right, I told you that was the last question, but I lied. What is New Year's Eve like in Japan? Why is it such a big deal for Rizin and Pride? Do you know why?
Uh, I don't know why, but it's just traditional.
Because here in America, everyone for New Year's Eve goes out on the town and drinks till they're on the floor, and everything like this. It would be really strange in this culture for everyone to stay in their house and watch the TV during New Year's Eve. But there's something special about it in Japan. From what you've learned about American culture, what would you say is the biggest difference between Japan and America? Besides the fact that Americans are assholes, right?
Biggest difference. Culture. Uh, home party.
Hmm. Wow, wow.
Yeah, I'm. Ah, and people when I was in town, people talking to next person,
Hmm.
but here, but in Japan, if I talk to next person, it's awkward. Like,
Oh,
oh,
really? Wow, really? Really? That's interesting. I never, I live in a town of 800 people. That's how many people are in my town. It's a mountain town. And so everyone's pretty friendly with each other. But if I go up to Denver, where you said Bang Ludwig's gym is, it's a big city of 1 million people or something like that. Um, Nobody really interacts with each other. Everyone's got a Bluetooth in their ear. So sometimes I'll be walking by somebody and I think that they're talking to me, but they're talking on their headset,
yeah,
And so I start talking to them, and so that becomes awkward too. I will say that from what I've learned about the Japanese culture is that the culture and every Japanese person I've had the pleasure of meeting, yourself included, are really humble compared to America, just to describe the differences. We have a lot more, like I said, a lot more people that are kind of tunnel vision, just about themselves, not so worried about other people. And so, as I told you, I have a little girl. So in 2 years, Hiro, I'm going to be out in Japan covering your fights, covering Rizin, covering a lot of these events. And so I hope to meet you in person one day, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
And I appreciate this so much, and I'm so humbled by this. I hope that we can catch up after your fight, after you win the King of Pancrase welterweight title. That's
Mhm.
what all the fans are hoping for. And so hopefully we could catch up sometime after that, maybe before your next bout or something. Pancrase 306 is June 30th. You will be competing in the main event, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Under 170-pound welterweight title. Um, Hiro Tetsuka, we can't thank you enough for joining the program today. I'm extremely humbled and thankful, and I hope to do this again someday.
Thanks, Jack.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a good day.
Yep. You too. Thank you.